I want to talk to you about licenses today. Licenses are a way for the government to take money for producing nothing from people who do produce. And it's also a way to gain control. And everybody thinks, oh, you got to have a license for this, you got to have a license for that. And when I was doing a little research to talk to you about this, I was looking up different types of licenses, and even I was blown away at all the different licenses, especially in California. I mean, they had licenses for so many things I've never even heard of. It's unreal. But generally, when we think of licenses, we think of business licenses and driver's licenses. The state cannot license you to do an unlawful activity. So why do you need a license to do a lawful activity? I mean, think about it. If it's lawful, you have a right to do it. If it's unlawful, they can't give you permission to do it anyways, or they would be complicit in a crime. They can't license you to do anything they don't own. Now here's the thing about license plates. This is kind of funny. Anything you register becomes property of who you register it with. For instance, you register your car, and then they issue you a license plate that you pay for. And then, mind you, you also paid for the car. But now, they can't give you a license to use that car unless they own that car. Just like I can't license you to use my company name or a trademark on one of the products I own. It's my name, I can license you to use it. Well, they can't license you to use what they don't own, so if they don't own your car, they can't license you to use it. So you have to actually transfer ownership of that car to the state so that they can in turn give you a license to use your own car. Hale versus Henkel, 201 U.S. 4374. The individual may stand upon his constitutional rights as a citizen. He is entitled to carry on his private business in his own way. His power to contract is unlimited. He owes no duty to the state or to his neighbors to divulge his business, or to open his doors to an investigation so far as it may tend to criminate him. He owes no such duty to the state, since he receives nothing therefrom beyond the protection of his life and property. His rights are such as existed by the law of the land, long antecedent to the organization of the state, and can only be taken from him by due process of law, and in accordance with the Constitution. Among his rights are a refusal to incriminate himself, and the immunity of himself and his property from arrest or seizure except under warrant of law. He owes nothing to the public so long as he does not trespass upon their rights. Now this is an incredible case that everyone should know. And it covers several subjects. I mean, it covers the Fourth Amendment, it covers sovereignty, and it covers your right to operate without a license. Now, it says very plain and clearly here, he is entitled to carry on his private business in his own way. His power to contract is unlimited. Now, your power to contract, that's your power to make a deal with somebody. That's your power to do business with them. I won't get into all the different things that you could do as business that the government calls a crime, yet is really not a crime if there is no injured party. And you can use your imagination to think of all the things that is. I could name you a whole bunch. And that also corresponds with and can only be taken from him by due process of law, not statute. Statutes, codes, ordinances, regulations, they're not laws. They will enforce them on you as if they were, if you let them, but they're not laws.